All right, we got a two-column proof. We are given angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. We're also given P and Q are parallel. I need to show that Q is perpendicular to A. So in order to show that Q is perpendicular to A, I need to show that 1 and 2 are 90 degrees. So this is actually not too bad. All right, I have my given. What I always like to do is I like to make myself a rough draft over here. So if I'm given the fact that 1 and 2 are congruent, and also 1 and 2 are directly next to each other and form a straight angle, 1 plus 2 is 180. I'm also told that 1 and 2 are the same. So I could say 1 plus 1 equals 180, and that's the substitution property. If I combine like terms, 2 times angle 1, I know this doesn't look right, but this is a rough draft and I know what I'm doing. So 2 times angle 1 is 180. Divide both sides by 2, and angle 1 equals 90. Which means angle 2 is 90, which means since 1 and 2 are 90, in fact, I don't even need to say the fact that 2 is 90. I could skip that part. Once I know that 1 is 90, I have enough information to finish my proof and say Q is perpendicular to A. So let's set this up using all this information over here. All right, step number 1 is always going to be your given. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and P is parallel to Q. I rhymed. Always appreciate that when I can make a song out of my proofs. Speaking of which, Proof is the name of a dead rapper, so he did a lot of songs. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is 180 degrees. We said that because they're right next to each other. So we can say the definition of supplementary angles. Definition of supplementary angles. Look at me being lazy and abbreviating. You're allowed to do that if your teacher lets you. What did I do next? Well, since I know that 1 and 2 are the same, I said the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 1 is 180. So I replace 2 with 1, and whenever you replace something with something else, that's the substitution property. Substitution prop. 4 is, since the measure of angle 1 is right next to the measure of angle 1, why don't I just say I have 2 of those measure of angle 1s and set that equal to 180. What do we do there? We combine like terms. If I divide both sides by 2, I got the measure of angle 1 is 90 degrees. So I divided both sides by 2. That's the division property of equality. So I'll say division prop. Now that I know that the measure of angle 1 is a right angle, I have enough information to prove that Q is perpendicular to A. And that's by the definition of perpendicular angles. So I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm sticking with it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to add to this video, and I really don't. It's pretty straightforward. It's just you have to make your rough draft and then go from there. And, it's a pretty clean proof. I'm happy with it.